House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who apparently is the only person left on Capitol Hill, Congressman. Okay, well, here we are, Congressman. I mean, you should be, stuffing stockings at home and, hanging the mistletoe and all the fun stuff you do in California. But here we are. The government will shut down in 2 hours. Did you all wait too long?
I don't know that we waited too long if we look at the House, because the House has passed funding before, and as you know, we've had the $5 billion in there. The challenge really lies, and this is what the viewers have to understand. The House did pass a bill that protects and secures the border. The Senate, it takes 60 votes. So when it really comes to the question of shutting down, it comes to Schumer. Does Schumer make a decision to shut down or not? And this is a fundamentally different shutdown than any of those in the past, because we have already funded 3/4 of the government. So when it comes to defense, our military men and others and women, they're all taken care of in this process. But this is too important to let keep going. We know what's happening along this border. We know we need it to be secured. And think about what Schumer just said a couple weeks ago. He was for providing money for the border, but he's afraid it would affect Nancy Pelosi's vote for Speaker January 3rd. That's really what the question's about.
I got to tell you, though, back in October, you and I talked about this at the time, when Paul Ryan said, we're going to do this big fight about the border in December, we're going to have a conversation, it's going to happen. We all knew that was ridiculous, okay? I mean, you were not in that camp, but for 2 years, Paul Ryan, and everyone hears me say this, I like him very much as a person. He has not been on the president's side on this wall. He never wanted a wall. He never believed in the wall. He didn't like it. He didn't like a lot of what Trump was saying about the wall. So here we are at the 11th hour, and this is all on Trump's shoulders. I find it outrageous that it's on the president's shoulders. He's someone who actually wants this done. And I got to tell you, Mazie Hirono, I know you and she are good friends. Mazie Hirono, senator from Hawaii, on television blaming Fox News and basically talk radio. Let's watch.
He's got some right-wing, loud people yelling at him on Fox News, and suddenly he says, well, I don't think I'm going to sign it. So it is very true that he will bring on this shutdown, and he has to take responsibility for it. Any effort on his part to blame the Democrats will be such...
Well, she said the BS word there, Congressman.
She has said a lot of crazy things.
Yeah, is this a Fox News, talk radio, right-wing pundit shutdown, or did the president kind of say it's do or die here? Got to do it.
You know, the president campaigned on this. The president said he was going to fight for this all along. And this really comes down that it takes 60 votes in the Senate, but the president is doing what he promised, just like he's done across the country on everything else, from getting tax reform and others. This president is a fighter. And now, I know you might disagree with me, but Paul has been fighting for this wall as well. Maybe he didn't think at the right time, but here we are, we're in this fight. And what's changed this week, remember when Nancy Pelosi was sitting in the Oval Office? She looked at the president and said, well, you don't have the votes in the House. Well, we overwhelmingly proved that's not true. And we had sent the bill now to the Senate. So it really lies with the Senate. And the challenge there, as you watched the vote before, it comes down to what Schumer has some power, and that's unfortunate for the president, but more importantly, it's unfortunate for America. We see what's happening across this border. We need to have a secure border. It has to. Well, but that's why I'm still at work right now.
Yeah, well, again, I beg to differ. I think Paul Ryan could have gotten the votes for that Goodlatte bill. You came within 13 votes of passing that, and everyone was told it wasn't going to happen. I think it could have happened, and it would have happened. But look, you're right. I mean, the Senate has the cards now. We really appreciate your spending time with us tonight, and thank you so much.